This for me. Probably one what I'm doing. Every day in the studio. Every day in the studio. Every day no fully shit. In the streets with the Yeezys on. In the streets with the hoodie up. In the streets gotta
play no games.
That's the singing. Let's go.
I'm not no singing. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
But Cas is not here, as you all can see. But can y'all see this great lighting? Oh my gosh.
I can't even see how it looks, but I believe you. I trust you.
Bro, this lighting.
You know what you're talking about.
I definitely do. So Cas is not here today, but you know it's okay. We still love him. You know, but we have a luxurious guest, and he's down for cage fighting. Okay. But let's just say, because I always like to give all my guests a great introduction. Besides his career, besides things that he has done for his community and things that he talks about, the reason why this guy's on this show is purely because, one, how he thinks, and how he doesn't know how he has made me change and think about relationships.
Hectic.
So this
hectic.
guy, without my knowing, has always looked out for when my ex.
Yeah.
He would always be like
amazing
woman.
Probably watches this under like a different. Okay.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
In 2021 now.
This guy would take care of her and be like, "Hey, Rob, I see your girl. I'm gonna get her a couple drinks." And then the funny thing about it is, because at first I thought it was cap.
Oh, okay.
And then she'd be like, "You're one friend." I'm like, "He's black." And it's like, "No, he's from Africa." And I was like, "You talking about Jay?"
Yeah.
No. And then she was talking about your ass.
Okay.
There
you go. Look
that's why I had to bring Kage to the show, because he knows how to treat people.
There you go.
And we got to give people who know how to treat people a platform.
I love it. I'm happy to be here. Very happy to be here. First time on a podcast, so this is, I might have to take the jacket off.
You can take it off.
Obviously, for the intro, I had to have it on so they can see what we're working with. You know what I mean?
Show them.
You know what I mean?
Hey, flex on them.
Wait a minute. What time is it? Okay, we just got you. Let's start.
Ooh, touchdown. Touchdown on him. Touchdown. For the people who are just listening to audio, let me just give you an idea. He's got this great, it's kind of like peacock flower concoction. He looks like he's about to bust out a spoken word poem. Don't fuck with him. I love it. He's got the rolled up beanie look. He's got real like fashion flexibility.
Floral, yeah. Someone said to me, it looks like, they're like, "Oh, did you get that from Aaron's?" Why do we have friends like that? Why? And why do we choose to have them in our life? That's something we need to talk about. Like, why?
They keep us humble.
Yeah.
So, funny story is, as you already know, it's on my Instagram. I got a heart in my head because I was inspired by Drake's, Loverboy thing.
And you killed it, dude. Yeah. Were people mad?
Hating.
Really?
When I got my hair back together, they were like, "Yeah." But I want to let you know, free game for the niggas out there listening.
Yeah.
Easier conversations with the bitches. They're like, "Oh, Rob, why you do that?" And I'm just like, "Well, I'm a certified lover boy." So,
it looks so clean, dude. That was around the time of your birthday, hey?
Yeah, man. I'm
happy belated, and yeah. I know it's late now, right? But
no,
you can still throw it.
You're like what? I don't know if you ever seen like Lord of the Rings, but in Lord of the Rings,
no, I haven't.
Okay, so pretty much this white wizard guys like look to the east on the seventh day of my coming, because like it's the good guys being overran by the bad guys, and the good guys are about to lose, and then this white light comes, and then he's like, "I told you I'll be here," and he comes and saves the day. Like, you would randomly send me memes or like just random pick me ups, and like, you don't even know, it'd be great times where I'm like, I needed this laugh. I'm like, you know what? I fucking appreciate this guy.
Nah, man, I'm there for anybody, I guess. Whenever I just have this weird sense when I don't know what it is, but something just tells me, "Oh, check up on that person. check up on that person. So that's just, it's not me. I don't know who to, blame, but
that's your spidey sense.
There you go.
I actually will start it there because I like to do, as you know, I do great research.
Yeah.
On the people I like.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So I've heard from a lot of different people that they like being around your energy because you know how to friend. In the 20th, not to say 20th, in 2020, 2021, how do you define friend? Because a lot of people don't know what the fuck friendship looks like.
Yeah. How
do you friend, man?
That's definitely, I think growing up, that's been very tricky, and defining it to my mom. Oh, you have too many friends. Because there was obviously she was putting together acquaintances and friends, and then there's also like a family, So I think, at different times I was trying, different things, like to say, okay, if I know their parents, that's my real friend. Or that's like a brother or sister to me. If I don't know their parents, but we talk more than a certain. I've gone through different things to determine, like every year or a few years, it's a different thing, to determine like what I decide is like a friendship. But I mean, I think in 2021, like literally, obviously party boy, have been partying for so long. Dude, sometimes I'm like, shit, it's been like 10 years or something of just partying. So obviously you can imagine through that whole life, it's like, oh, Kage knows all these people, but they're not really all my friends. So what I'm trying to, the process of going into 2021 is just, I know it sounds cliche, everybody says it, but like literally deciding to have better energy. And, with COVID, it's helped so much because you really can't do too much. So in that moment, you start looking back, taking a step back and being like, okay, so who is my friend? You know what I mean? Is this person, do they check up on me? I'm the I check up on anybody, but people don't really, I'm always fine. You know what I mean? So, and I'm sure you can relate as, someone in the field. It's like, no one checks up on us because we're always good. We're always posting, we're always fun, but there comes around certain times where some people are able to dig into that and be like, hey, how are you doing? I was thinking of you today. And it might not be easy for me to open up the first time, but just ask one more thing and I'll be like, yeah, today wasn't a good day. And then, dude, it feels so good. Bro,
you're gonna have me crying. You're gonna have me crying.
Yeah, dude.
I agree with you so much. And, in the last 2 years, I learned definitely how to friend. But I love the direction where we're going with this because this goes into like the lesson that you taught me and you don't even know. Well, I just brought it up about you helping out like that person that still do care for her, but in a different way, obviously. Exactly. But I was like, I've only met Kage and interacted with him like 3-4 times. Yeah, we've had like whatever type of conversations. Yeah, and like we've mutually like this dude is cool. You and another other person too, and a shout out to Jamal. Y'all were like 4 people where I'm like, why is he doing that for me? Like, that makes no freaking sense.
We haven't even spoken that much or anything, but why?
And my thing is just sharing that positive energy. Yeah. And, like, I feel like, one, honestly, personally, and you don't have to confirm this or not for me because it's just weighed heavy on my soul. I feel like you do that with select people. And my thing is, I didn't ask for it, but I really appreciate that. And that sprouted a seed for me to start doing that for other people too. We're like, all right, even though I got my tight circle that I fuck with heavy, but I'm like, you know what? If I have a positive interaction with someone, I'm gonna try to do something positive for them. Exactly. Or I'm gonna look out for them. I'm gonna look out for them in a certain way,
whether they ask or not.
Exactly. Yeah. And like we underestimate those connections where like, we just talking about like, I probably won't reach some of the bestie levels of some of your other friends that I know, but like when it comes to like, I have your back, that should be universal.
There you go. My man. My man. No, but it's very true. I think for me, and like I said, dude, I'm very observant, like if anywhere I am, like I notice a lot of things and I can use that like in a negative way, for my benefit. Oh, I can use it in a positive way, but I think it was like Fifth Avenue times, right? Fifth Avenue, yeah, I remember. Franklin used to get tables and stuff and the sections, but for me, I can see, you can see certain people in a setting and how they are and having fun and stuff. And I saw that with, you and your girl at the time. And it's just like, it's almost like you weren't really supposed to be there. Like you weren't like the other people. You weren't doing, and that makes me like, my brain's just like, okay, that person's different, different, different. And then watching you interact, with your girl. I think I was dating a girl at the time, and I was like, I cared about her a lot, but you guys were on another level. So I was just like, so without you knowing, and oh yeah, no, what it was is you guys were able to go out together, and me and my ex, we weren't able to like go out together because one would be more sensitive, one would be more like insensitive. So I'd be on the downtown area, she'd be on the east side. That we used to party like that. So we'd pre-drink together and then go separate ways and come back at the end of the night. She'd go to Century and stuff, I would go downtown. So that's Shake, whatever. I would never be on the east side. So whenever I saw relationships that can be together, look out for each other in the nighttime, that's goals for me. So I will protect that because that's what I want it to be. You know what I mean?
What? Oh,
you see?
No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because that is so key. And this is a perfect segue into like moving on to what relationships. I know we're gonna talk a lot about that and things like that. Where like in our day and age, we this compass for like what we view relationships as is so, in the good words of Future, is toxic.
It's toxic
because like if I'm just using that for an example, right? There's inherently nothing like in your schema of your relationship. If y'all both agree to something like that, then then that's cool. But for me, just hearing that, it sounds like
you wouldn't want that.
Exactly, I wouldn't want that, but it sounds like for you, where it's kind of like you potentially, once again, you confirm or deny that you were kind of like, this is an okay, like, agree to disagree, but like, I'm not really cool with this. Like,
nah, I wasn't.
See, and I think in millennials relationships and things like that, if that was brought, that would have been maximized to a whole like different level and. In that key nutrient, you're just like, yo, I want to spend time with you. Yeah. Because if you word that or say that in a different light, I feel like it gets received differently. But in our type of like day and age where like independency and things like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like very interesting where it's kind of like we truly don't know what an emotionally safe environment is in a relationship where
you're able to openly communicate about things.
Exactly.
And be completely honest. Even when someone is telling you, I don't like this, or we should do this, you just want to do it to make them happy sometimes versus saying, I know it's hard for us, but let's figure out a way around this because it's not okay. Because every time we're in those settings, she's getting hit on like crazy. And I'm, I'm getting a hit on like crazy too. Hey, but no,
we gotta find black men.
No, but honestly, like seriously, like it definitely, the fighting temptation from a lot of other things, and it's not that you don't love the person, but it's just like, you then under the influence to this level, and just let's say maybe that night you guys weren't good before you left the house, and it's just like whatever, you know what I mean? And it's definitely not good. And literally, I came out of that relationship because. Something important to me is like, dude, I want to learn from friendships, that maybe break up. And I'm like, okay, I always want to assess and be like, what did I do wrong that I can change? And in relationships, I've always tried my hardest. I used to be very moody in relationships for no reason, like just moody, dude, like in high school, not just after high school, because I was still scared of girls in high school.
Whoa, we can't skate by that. I couldn't. You were scared of girls in high school?
I had a girlfriend, 8th grade, my girlfriend. She would call me. I'd talk to her for like a little bit and be like, oh, my mom says I have to do this. I couldn't talk to my own girlfriend. And then as it went through high school, I ended up being someone like, I was the phone guy. Like I was great on the phone. Like basically like texting and stuff. The wittiness started coming through. And then into college, like still a little bit shy, but like wearing bright colors, all these things. Shirts that say weird things, sex instructor, first lesson free. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. You know what I mean? So But basically, my swag and stuff was just talking for me at that moment. And I think, and then obviously I would have the jokes and stuff to go along with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a transition, dude. And, to the point where I started getting way more confident and stuff like that. But yeah, there was a time where I couldn't really, talk, dude.
I think we might be spirit brothers.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Boys were sweating.
High school Robert.
Yeah.
I would like one girl.
Yeah.
At one time. And I would like her for like 4 fucking months.
Yeah.
And then I would finally muster up the courage to say something. And then she would fucking shoot me down. And then I'd be depressed for like 2 months.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And
I heard my mom thought I wanted to commit suicide when that chick broke up with me. And I'm just like, I don't remember that. But she said I was so sad. I remember sitting in the library. Guys, this is a great song.
Sad Boy Hour.
Usher, Separated. Do you remember that jam? Oh, you need to hear it, dude.
Say it again?
Usher. It was by Usher.
And
the song was called Separated.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, it's so deep. You be safe when you're listening to it. Make sure you got ice cream, your favorite blankie. No, seriously, make sure you have all the right stuff.
You know what? We're going off the rip. Because we don't hear about this for guys. So in a breakup,
I was in the library sitting there, in tears, just going through break and then lunch, just sitting there. Same song on repeat. It basically talks about we're better off separated. I know we love each other so much, but maybe it's just not our time.
Dude, that sounds like Moving Mountains from Usher.
Dude, it's deeper. Trust me. I can't wait for you to hear it. I want to hear you.
I gotta listen to that.
Tell me.
So I'm curious, and this is just us. How do you think guys should deal with breakups? Because I'm toxic.
I feel like that's what we do. We become crazy and just go off, but it ends up just hurting us in the end.
I would say, I want to recant some things.
Yeah.
I'm not that toxic, but it's kind of I say for me.
Do you post girls on shit? Are you that guy, dog?
No.
Are you that guy?
With my social media, I like to throw people misdirection because I actually really like sad songs.
Yeah.
So I
like sad songs too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like posting sad songs.
Dude, I'll post about deep R&B songs, and then if I'm seeing someone, it will be hey, is everything good? And it's yeah, I'm great. What's up? When are we hanging out?
Fine.
It's just your post earlier. I'm babe, it's not about you. But then sometimes it is. But it's you'll never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
I say for me, I think everyone gets self-destructive, but for me, I do a lot of questioning about am I worthy for a relationship? Even before I am now, where I'm all right. Because I see everyone else, and I'm just using my perception versus reality. I eat a shit ton of Sour Patch Kids.
You gain weight a bit?
I actually don't. I think I go more crazier with the workouts.
Oh, really?
Because I'm well, when I get in GQ magazine, all these
she's gonna be jealous.
Want me.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then last but not least, I think one of the things I'm trying to do a better job at is I literally tell my boys 65% of everything about me. But my weakness is I can handle this on my own. Because I don't want, people to think Rob, he always keeps talking about it. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, so you'll keep talking about the ex, the chick?
I won't keep talking about them.
Yeah.
I always say to myself, a rule of thumb, I can only talk to them about it twice, and then I gotta shut the fuck up.
Okay.
But with other people.
Do you talk to other people about them? Do you reference your old relationship when giving it relationship advice sometimes, if it's a friend?
Yes and no. Because I always want to keep it open-ended that, every relationship is different. And I think that's my major one weakness where I'm I should lean on my team a little bit more. Because if I'm telling them, call me at any hour. If you need me, I got you.
Yeah.
Obviously within reason, if I'm talking to a nigga, last night about it, and I call him in the morning, he's nigga, go to work.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that's how I manage and deal with shit like that. But what about yourself? I heard a bucket of ice cream.
No, I was playing. Dude, with me, it's definitely. I think there's been times of being self-destructive. Definitely, that's a real thing, because And I would love to. So I'm always easy to, if a friend goes through a breakup, I'll be there with advice and advice. Trust me. There's nothing you can't ask me that I won't have like a comment on. And that's why I asked about you referencing, because I've had one relationship that was about 3 years, around the time when I met you. And I can reference literally most of my stuff from that. And sometimes I'm like, shit, I hope people don't think that I'm constantly wanting that, because I've definitely grown past that person. But I'm still able to look at it like that was a great experience and I learned so much, because relationships before that were like 5 months and this was 3 years. So it's like, damn, I definitely learned a lot. But yeah, so I'll be there. But then when it comes to me going through something, because I've always been the person giving the advice, I feel like no one has the right stuff to tell me, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like the stuff they tell me, it's just like, okay, like, no, it's just like, oh, okay, Kage, you're good, don't worry. And it's like, what? Like, how come I have a whole plan for you? But when it's my situation, it's just, oh, let's go get fucked up. And it's like, dude, yeah, let's go do that. But no, tell me, like, let's not do that. It's so weird, dude.
I am right there with you. Now, I think what helps me is I shouldn't say I'm hiding behind my profession, but like, I get to see a lot of different couples and different people who are getting into relationships, breaking up for relationships, becoming fiancés,
menage a trois, whatever.
I was like, is there a gender version? No, because male and female both say fiancés. But anyway,
yeah, I think it's.
But it's kind of like for me, is like, if you were asking for advice, I have like worlds of people where like, yeah, I can reference to be like, all right, what's the most similar thing to like your situation / all right, that may be similar, but what he's telling me is something new. There's like a twist to it. It's like Fresh Prince, but instead of Will, you got Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx playing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's kind of like, where it's kind of like, all right, what are you going to get with that show if we replace Will with Jamie? All right, Fresh Prince going to be singing a little bit more.
Okay.
No more rapping. None of that.
Yeah, still funny though.
Still funny.
Like, okay.
But it's just like that small nuance and that small change.
Because everybody's so different.
And
I'm definitely gonna come to you. I feel like you're the person now. I got you on my side.
You definitely.
Yeah, I never knew this was you. So I'm so grateful to be here and have this opportunity, because I'm coming to you.
I have a very short list of people where like, I'm like, if they're like, Rob, I really want. No, I'm saying that. I have a very short list of people where like, if something like truly is bad going on and they need like someone to talk to, I would drop everything I'm doing and I'll listen. Other times when, people are needing things, like, I don't want to say I give them a generic, like, but like, I give you, like, you got 5 minutes. Like, let me, I'll be your vassal. Let me listen to you. Because just men in general, it's just so hard for us, and I'm just, speaking just me personally, where it's kind of like, it's so hard for me, and it's always kind of like, this is weird, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm a very emotionally intelligent dude. Don't get me wrong.
I hear you.
But I'm still a dude at the end of the day where I'm like, I don't want, drag that shit out of me. Where like, I want, like, it'd be weird because we'd be like, all right, some heavy shit happened. Yeah. We'd be like, yeah. I love you, nigga. He'd be like, I told this nigga I love you. And it's kind of like, I think that is like the next like lock for like male masculinity, because it was funny, because literally like when you were talking to me about like we were getting prepared for this, like I mean this wholeheartedly. Like, you're a gem of a man. Yeah. And
I appreciate it. I was like, shit. I posted and you're like, yeah, you can put my tag in.
Yeah.
It's just I'm having so much fun with this little thing, guys, where like you can tag someone and then hide it in the corner. Like sometimes I will tag stuff and be like, oh, I'll like go at my boys and be like, you're the type, like it will be a post saying you're the type to, show your girlfriend the group chat, and I'll tag all my friends. I think you can only tag 10, and then I'll slide all of it. So you get the notification as my boy, but no one knows I tagged you. So it's on my post. People are laughing at it, but everybody knows You know yourself. If you've been tagged, you know you're inside that. Yeah, but you're hidden. You're not even on the screen. It's like off screen.
Oh, you know the funny thing about it is,
Yeah.
I took it as like, all right, you know, I'm a dude. I don't like, you know, I don't mind what I said. Like,
Yeah.
you like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
be too
no.
rough. I don't be too rough and tough. You know, I do wear flowers.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you bench a lot. So I was scared. I wasn't sure. I thought you'd come for me like, yo, okay, take that shit down. Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh my God.
That boy's in the gym, dog. That boy's
I
in the
remember
gym.
your ass. I remember we were out. You were like, you filling out that shirt. I laughed.
Dude,
so
where's the leather blazer? Where's the leather? That leather. This guy's got a brown leather jacket. A brown leather jacket. Everyone has black ones looking like bikers. He's got a brown one. And he fills it up. It's an extra large.
You know what? This is a. So, we talked.
Yeah.
Social media. You're giving yourself. I don't know when I'm going to release this, but this from filming date. This is day one. Why are you taking a break
from social media?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I'm on it a lot. So I'm not on it. I feel like I'm not on it. I'm starting to like be very serious about my work and stuff. So I can get it to work in the morning and literally I'm so proud just seeing the transition of me getting old and growing up that I can leave my phone and not respond for 8 hours, dude. I can take my lunch and literally maybe get on a FaceTime call, someone from South Africa, having to check up on friends and stuff. But like literally I can leave my phone just sitting there for the whole day and just work. And I'm seeing it, obviously paying off. But, I still post so much. Sometimes I'm looking at my story and I'm like, I hate people that delete their story, but I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I've been posting shit. Because anything, and people always say this, they're like, dude, your like posts are like roller coasters. Like it's a love jam, it's a deep quote, and then it can be the opposite of you like just doing something crazy and then something else that's crazy, like animal eating something, because I just post anything, dude. But yeah, so like the break is, I think my family realizes that we have these Thursday calls. My mom's here, and then my brother's in California. So we have these Thursday calls, and there's times where my mom will be like, "Oh, you're on your phone." The other day we went to look for a house, and I was on my phone. So I've heard these complaints, and I can see kind of how it's impacting them, and that they're complaining about it. And I just think, and even on a relationship, level. The girl I'm dating, she'll say, okay.
What?
No, she won't say.
What did you say?
Wait, we'll get to that. Doug, just hold on. We'll get to that. But yeah, she won't say anything, but there's times where I find myself like on my phone and then like she'll maybe be telling me something and I'll have to be like, huh? And I'm just like, fuck, why are you doing this, Kage? Like, dude. And she'll laugh and like repeat it, but it's like, these are little things that I feel like as guys, we don't notice, These things, I feel like girls just pocket these. We'll get back to that. But anyway, so the 40 days, I'm Christian. So obviously Lent has always been a thing. I might not be following it like the last few years or so, but during high school time, you're like, what's that?
No. I don't know what you're talking about, but I was like, huh?
So my brother, like we just spoke in the group. My brother said he's gonna like run every morning for the 40 days. I doubt he's even started since Wednesday. I forgot what my mom's gonna do, but my brother was like, "Yeah, give up your phone." So that's another thing of them reaching out saying, "Yo, can you give up your social media?" So I was just like, "Okay, cool." And actually, iPhone has this thing where like when I was trying to delete it, it said just remove off your home screen. So it's still on my phone, but it's just tucked away. And I think I went on today to check something on your page, or when I was getting the link for the show. Yeah, you're the only reason I logged back on. He's special.
You see that?
But there were like 12 messages yesterday. Didn't look at them. Today there's like 16. So it's building up, but I'm just like, no, I want to, try reading, learning some courses on different things. 40 days is a long time, but we'll see. I think I'll be good. I also just deleted Snapchat as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The debauchery.
Yeah. So I kept WhatsApp because WhatsApp is a way of communicating with like South Africans, but yeah, that's all. So it was literally for that the Ash Wednesday, and we'll come back on Good Friday.
Okay. So in so many ways, because what I'm hearing is, what is the whole goal with what are your major outcomes you want to improve with just being off? Or like just if you could summarize that
being
all together.
offline.
Yeah, being offline. What do you hope to gain?
I think it's just looking into like a new, because I do recruiting, right? And like it's going good and stuff, and I'm getting better, but I still just want to like, and I love it because like where I'm at right now, I'm a big part of my team. Like my boss looks to me for things because she just started in the year, and I was there since 2019, and then we have a recruiter that we just brought in. So like I'm a supervisor, personnel supervisor, supervising that aspect, but at the same time, like if I'm not there, they like, oh my gosh, you know that Mr. Krabs meme? You better throw it in. That one, that's how it is. Okay. That's how it is, and it's like crazy because I wasn't there just like a year ago. It was all different just a year ago. But so I really enjoy that, that aspect of like a job where you feel like when you're missing, obviously you want to teach them to survive without you, but like at the same time, it's just like wanting to be able to know that you're an important part of your team. If anything were to break down, if someone had to get released, you wouldn't be the first person they think of. No, honestly, because I was working at Enterprise before, and there it's just like literally pandemic happens, everybody's just getting fired. So I think that's important on obviously growing the career. But I'll have some books that I read. That Michael Todd guy. You know Michael Todd? Huh? It's a book. What do you mean, Doug? Huh? I don't know who Michael Todd is. Yeah, I think it's Mike. I swear it's Michael Todd. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, it's a book on relationships that I picked up, so I'm interested to read that. I'll try read that and hand it over to you once I'm done.
Please do.
I have a French book that I bought. I'm not gonna read that, to be honest. So don't know why it's there. That's a crazy story for after the show, but I want to learn some courses on what I'm trying to do, next and get into, whether that be marketing. I'm a little bit interested in venture capitalism. Ooh. So I want to see I'm interested in that, but just making a bigger impact.
Bigger impact.
And doing more.
Okay. Well, I wish you luck with that. And I kind of really want to at least when you were talking about doing that, I was really how let's just say funny story. Yeah. I don't know. I know of someone. I know of a guy. Yeah. When he was like, I'm gonna take a social media break, and it was a week before Valentine's Day, and I said, he's the GOAT.
Oh my gosh.
He's got a lot of situations.
It's definitely not that. No, not at all.
And I'm glad it's coming from an innards, from your soul, your innards, and it's coming from all right, I'm trying to better myself, and I'm not trying to be all high and mighty, but I'm not on social media. My screen time is down because it's almost kind of the same time of when people dope that they've gone to therapy. We're I'm on therapy, yes, and they're the people who haven't told their therapist the truth. And it's kind of
just what they want to hear.
Exactly. And it's kind of it's not, in this day and age where it's hip to do that kind of stuff. I really felt that you were doing it from a place of self-growth where I want to be better, where it's kind of I'll get back to these things later, but I want to be better and use those things in different hands.
Yeah. And you notice how much time you have. I mean, but just me noticing that it comes down to the one personality trait of being too observant. If I wasn't observant, I wouldn't have noticed. There's many guys that don't notice the girl, you're having to repeat themselves. They don't care about, their mom saying that or their siblings saying that or just how they interact when they're around their friends and they, on their phone. So
believe it or not, if I'm using the Libra scale of my last relationship, that was one of the things that I learned that I need to work on, where it's kind of I have all these big goals and aspirations, but I gotta be on social media. I gotta do all these different things. And not to saying I wasn't paying attention to my chick, because I fucking was.
Yeah. Oh yeah?
I fucking was. But Poppy, I was paying attention. It was she was when we're at dinner, I don't care about fantasy basketball, I don't care about this other shit, be with me. Or in things like that where I'm all right, I can see where she's getting at, where like there's a couple things where I'll agree to disagree about, but like I made a change in our relationship to be more purposeful about that. Where like, you know, I got told her fantasy basketball, we making this money, honey.
Exactly. This is for I'm doing it for us.
I'm doing it for us. You know who's taking out to that steak dinner? Kawhi Leonard. If he gets this bucket, we get to tuck it. So it's kind of like, but that's something I learned too, where I'm like, all right, in my next situation, I'm going to, you know, be open and honest. We're like, I'm social media. Like, that's a big part of what I do. But my thing is, I'm going to be able to put my phone down. Yeah. I'm like, there's got to be stuff like that. So, no.
And doing it without being asked, you know, they might not get, you might not get the credit, but trust me, they notice it, you know? You know, they notice it. And it's a good feeling just to put it away without even before you sit down. You know what I mean? Versus getting called out. Oh, sorry, babe. Yes. And it's like, now it's like our girls are babysitting us. You know what I mean?
Like, we live in a day and age where playing your role is important. We're like, you know, and I'm not going down the gender corridor where, like, not yet. Y'all know how I feel about that. You know, I love all people, partners, and all that stuff. So it's kind of like in a relationship. Yeah. If someone is more dominant, you have a role to play. If someone's more submissive or recessive, or I'm using the wrong terminology. I don't know why I'm thinking about plants and like plants, big little P alleles. But it's almost kind of like, if you know that this is your role in a relationship, play that shit. And if you know this is your role in a relationship, play that shit, because one's not sustainable without the other. Let's just say this.
It's a give and take.
Exactly. Let's use the generic one everyone's used, where let's say the guy's the breadwinner and he makes all the money, and the wife stays at home and she does all this other stuff. The kids cook, clean, like that. They can't survive by each other, because if she gets fucking sick, do you think he's packing his motherfucking lunch? Do you think he's
doesn't even know how to make a sandwich? It's McDonald's for breakfast for 2 weeks straight while she has COVID and staying out of a hotel.
Shit,
that's probably a thing.
These kids is crying. Well, it's kind of like we all have like our roles, and I just find it very astonishing that people struggle with that. Where it's not a bad thing to play. It's not a bad thing. Oh, it's like I gotta turn the camera back on. Yo, like. You're like, you have to play this role, and then it comes with changing a relationship. I think we mix up a lot of trauma and like, how can I say this? I think Justin said something about this. Actually, I'm about to look this up really quick.
The upbringing, things like that.
No, I saved this one because I like I'm gonna post it consistently a week. Yeah, because it's really good. I'm almost to it, people. He said this. He says, Justin, the LA boy, that guy, he's like, y'all confuse insecurity with respect. It's just shit you just don't do. We're like, people's insecurities and things like that, they put that on you. Where it's kind of like you said, I'm working on my phone stuff. I got to do this before she says that. That's something that you got to work on. Yeah. Where it's kind of like, it can become an insecurity for her, right? And all that other stuff. But.
Like, oh, she's boring.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you following me? We're going down the yellow brick road. But you see where you're getting at with that? So now you bring up a very valid point.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean by that. And it's easy to do that, I think, with women especially. You know, it's easy for them to look at many different things. Oh shit, the one day you're not getting hard as quick as you were the other day. Oh, you're not attracted to me anymore? No, I know. Sorry, I'm a virgin. This was from a movie. I'm a virgin.
No. Not at all, folks.
But yeah, just many things. Oh, you don't want to hang out with me? Oh, you know, like just many things. So I think reassurance from our side is always important. And I think reassurance both ways. I don't think men are always as strong as, you know, everybody thinks. You know what I mean? And it does not, like, you know how good it feels when your woman says some, you know what I mean? Look at you, Doc. You good? We're going to take a break. We're going to get some napkins from our boy. But yeah, it's something that I think it comes more from us, but Yeah, you know.
All right, I'm about to G check you right now.
G check me.
I'm about to G check you. You like being a little spoon or the big spoon? No cap.
On rainy days, this is Portland, though.
Oh, no cap. Little spoon or big spoon?
What kind of question is this?
Come on. When you cuddling and she's like, hold me from the back. Do you be wondering, I want you to hold me from the back?
Here's the thing, like, I'm a funny person, you know, I love, like, you know, the jokes and stuff, so I've definitely made little spoon jokes and by mistake fell asleep as a little spoon. It's happened before, but big spoon.
Was that some good, that was some good ass
when
sleep,
you wake up and you got the arm on you, just like,
you
just move.
You got a titty on your arm. I ain't complaining. I'm like, let me suck a little. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'll say this. I would say 60-40 split.
Yeah.
I don't mind being a little spoon, but because my arm gets tired, I'm like,
and not asking for it. It's just that affection and stuff, and like I said, like the reassurance, things like that. Not being asked, you know, not saying, "Oh, babe, come sit here." The person just comes and just, you know what I mean, wants to lay on you, and that's I like that shit, you know.
No. You speaking the gospel.
Yeah.
Actually,
I like big spoon for obvious reasons. I mean, if we sleeping fully naked,
but
I'm big spoon 100% because I'm gonna hit you with that wake up.
You know, I'm gonna hit you with that get you gotcha.
That you move. If you just move once, and it's just like, okay, well, I guess you.
But they be doing the booty wiggle.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
If you're gonna do the booty wiggle, if I move a little bit and you do the booty wiggle, and I feel like you're pushing back on me.
I'm getting silent.
I'ma take you down.
Oh shit!
I really want
If you ain't got the visuals, it's getting wild.
My shoulder still hurts from the snowboarding incident, so yeah, let me not.
My condolences. Yeah, no.
I'll be back one day and I'll full show for you guys.
Oh
yeah.
I got something for you. For you. You know who Kevin Samuels is, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Who's it?
We're not gonna. I don't want to waste time on Kevin Samuels. I just love it. So there's this big thing they've been talking about.
Yeah.
About like what's a high quality man. We've been talking about affection and doing all the other stuff, and like a lot of women have been, making their opinions on what makes a high quality man, and vice versa. And when I just say high quality man to you, and obviously I'm not going to tell you about this Kevin Samuels stuff because I kind of want to shift the narrative a little bit. But like, what do you think makes a high quality man? Where you're kind of like, he's not perfect, but like he's doing everything he needs to do for that person and himself.
Yeah, I think that definitely easily comes from just my upbringing. My dad, there were a lot of things I feel like my dad should have been, and him not being there, or I think he was a big part of the reason they broke up. Huge part. Typical guy stuff. I don't even. It's there. I've already explained. He might debate maybe that he was pushed to that point. But for me, I don't think, I've been in situations where I've done, I've cheated, but I've never like said, oh, that person pushed me to do that. You know what I mean? For me, if you can't be, if you can't admit your wrongs and take responsibility of your actions, and that's kind of just upbringing the whole time. So for me, a high quality man, if I see that in somebody, that's a big thing, taking responsibility. For your children, if you have, obviously, any decision you make, really, being able to live with it and, make the adjustments so that it doesn't happen again. If it's a mistake, things like that. And obviously, like you said, not everybody's perfect. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes with things. But it's just picking yourself up, dusting yourself up and be like, let's go. Walking, I feel like another one would just be, having confidence, in yourself, but still being able to, I think being teachable is such a great quality. If you can be teachable, so you can have the confidence and stuff, but if someone says, oh, you're not doing this the right way, or have you thought about this approach? There's no reason for you to be disrespectful. Just take it in and you decide, are you going to throw it out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to just make it an aggressive thing and be like, oh no, this is how it's supposed to be. You know, take it in, you know, walk with that, you know, conviction, but still understand, you know, your blind spots and your learning. Yeah.
I like teachable. Instead of teachable, I say reasonable. When I say reasonable, because when we get into relationships, I feel like people have these expectations that they don't say, that they play in their heads, that they want people to play. Like, this is the role that you need to play. Like, because, you know, for example, this is how my mom did it.
Yeah.
And
you must automatically know that. No matter what background you come from, you must just know that.
Do it!
Without me communicating to you. Yeah. No, I totally 100% agree.
And I think that is...
It happens often.
It's the death of a lot of different things.
100%.
And my thing is, I try to be reasonable because there are certain things that, let's just say, my future partner's mind, things that I can't and won't do. And my thing is, there are things that I won't do, things that I will, you know, work with and, you know, improve on doing, and things I will do.
Yeah.
And like, I think once we normalize like being reasonable as something, a standard we have to reach, a lot more things can happen. Where it's kind of like sometimes where it's kind of like, let's talk about reasonable. Yeah. Let's just say this. Just say this. Like putting down our phones, that's a reasonable request.
100%.
Like, you can change that.
100%.
But like we starting to date and you kind of like, so you paying for everything?
Nah, dude. We can talk about that shit.
That's unreasonable. That doesn't make that man, if he can pay for you or not, a good choice for you.
Yeah.
No. So, but that is a whole...
That's a whole nother kind of world. Someone's about to switch off this whole video right now. They're like, okay, I'm done with this podcast.
Oh, no, this is fine.
We just lost a few viewers.
This is fine.
I'm joking.
So,
but yeah.
But no, I just wanted to just get your mind around like what is high quality, and then last but not least, and I think we can kind of like do this part, and then we can free ball for the rest of it, because I kind of want to ask you about Portland and its dating. When it comes to, so I'm not gonna actually, yes, I think I have it saved. So there was, where is this at?
First of all, I have a question for you with regards to dating.
Yes.
I'm South African. When I got here, 6 years I've lived here, right? Mm-hmm. And let me tell you a quick story. When I got here, there was this one chick that I started talking to. Never heard that term in my life, that we're talking. So she asked me, I think we like kissed and stuff. And she's like, so are you talking to other girls? I'm like, yeah, like a bunch of other chicks. That's what I said. Even though I wasn't talking to any girl or seeing anyone else. This is like, 2015? Right. But I never knew that, like, when you say you're talking to someone, that you guys are, like, vibing. So I was like, yeah, I'm talking to another girl. And then she started speaking to me for, like, a week or so. I'm like, dude, did I do something wrong? And she's like, yeah, well, you told me you're talking to other girls, so I'm going to do my thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to other girls, but, like, no, not like, no, I'm enjoying you. Like, I have girlfriends. Dude, I felt like a clown, and we were laughing about it, like, after that. But even, like, up to, like, this moment, I just recently, even when it comes to dating, if I say I'm dating someone, to me, that has been a, like, relationship, So I think in South Africa, it'd be like, okay, you guys are, maybe you have a fling or you're seeing each other. And then from then, the part of being exclusive falls within there, if you guys decide to take it to another step. But you'll still say you're a thing, that's, you can still even say that's my girl, I guess. But then when you say you're dating, that means relationship. So that's all together. Whereas in Portland, people date, dude. People go on dates. Like, I don't think I've even been, like, in my life, I feel like I've been to, like, 30 dates maximum. 20 to 30 dates. But people date here. They date, like, go on dates. So you define those things for me. Take me through the process.
Let me tell you, it's called 51st dates. Okay? And I've been on multiple dates where, I would just say here in America, man, dating, and I can't speak internationally, man. Yeah. Dating here in America is a goddamn mess.
It's a trick.
It's a whole different, like,
it's different to everyone, right?
Yes. And because I don't want to lose my women viewers, men, you have to be it's like you have to be a certain height, literally and figuratively, to ride this ride.
Yeah.
And then you have to have a certain amount of cash to get these high or top shelf type of women.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it works. It's just like there's like, if you work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And we talked about being reasonable. That don't work.
That don't work?
That don't work. If you have a 9 to 5, because
you need to be able to do brunch on a Wednesday?
Everyone wants that whole...
That shit pisses me off. I told you I work Monday through Friday. Don't ask me, hey, do you want to do brunch Thursday morning? Like, dude, what? I'm at the office, dude. Like, because I'm pissed that I can't make it. That's the first part. I'm pissed that I can't make it. You know, thinking of excuses to give your boss. But it's just like, also, you know my schedule. Stop asking me. I just want to hang out.
Or let's do another one. I want you to pick everything. And then you pick everything. Let's do this instead. What?
You just asked me. You asked me to pick everything. So how are you?
No, I'm gonna die on this hill. There's a lot less reasonable women that want these standards, or it's kind of like, let's just say this. I'm pulling from a Robert situation.
Okay.
Robert. We've been on a few dates and stuff now. It's been great.
Yeah.
But I just really want to work on myself now.
After you've taken on maybe 5 dates?
2. We'll say 2.
Okay, 2. Okay.
I promise you, if I was Chris Brown and I danced,
no,
she'd be like, "When we get married?"
Yeah. And
it's kind of like, the reason why I'm frustrated, and I feel like a lot of people are frustrated in dating, is kind of like there's there's an imbalance of like a hierarchy system, because people say, and this is not just for men, and not just for women, where people say like they want this certain type of person. That certain type of person will fit everything, but they may not be on social media, or they may just work a 9 to 5, or she does this or she doesn't do that. Where it's kind of like, whoa, y'all know. Dating and marriage is a negotiation. You're not going to get every fucking thing you want.
Exactly. It's not going to be some perfect... Yeah.
It's called work.
Yeah.
It's called doing the work. And it's just kind of like just mad baffling to me. And I know you off the market, but when you was on the market, and I know you have a lot of, female friends.
Yeah. I have a lot of female friends.
What?
You know how stressful that is, though? As someone that... No, it's very stressful only for one aspect. I don't mind homeboys saying like, oh yeah, we want to hang out with that chick, or who's that chick? That's fine. Because I feel like I know your female friends. If they like someone, they'll do whatever they do, whatever. And then there's an aspect of it where, any new person you see, that might be an issue for them,
Ooh.
Yeah, there might be like a jealous thing, or, oh, you guys are close, whatever. So that also happens sometimes. Yeah. But the annoying part is literally the girl friends, the female friends themselves. And it's coming from the point of when you're giving them advice. I don't mind giving my guy friends advice, but I've like kind of slowed down giving the girls advice, because there's this relapse that happens, dude. No, it's actually so stressful, dude. Like, I don't know whether you've dealt with it. Like, how do I? And it's funny, but at the same time, it's sad. I've had a situation where I was going to lunch with this one friend on a weekly basis, and I was saying, dude, it sounds like eventually this guy's gonna get physical, and like that is making me scared. And the person was telling me, reassuring me, saying, "Oh no, don't worry, I'm gonna move away from him, whatever." And then one day she FaceTime calls me, and she has like 2 blue eyes, and there's like blood in the bed, and I'm just like, and imagine how I feel, because I'm like, first of all, a part of you is like, I told you though, but it's like, you have to be there for that person. So, and when I'm telling you like, yo, this is what this looks like, because I'm a guy, I've moved like this before, I know.
He has not hit women. Just wants.
Yeah, no, I don't. No. Sorry. Don't hit women. But from the aspect of just playing games, like the excuses, the little mind games and things like that. And I never tell someone, oh, leave that person. I say, okay, I make them try my hardest to like understand, like, do you think, like, is that what you just like deserve? Or you kind of, is this where you want to be? So what you want from someone? Because if you do, then remain in it, work on it. That's fine. But if there's an issue, I think it should be addressed. If it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I follow up and stuff. I think I care a lot more for my female friends' feelings versus the guys. The guys, like, they'll be fine, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, hey.
But yeah,
We'll be sad boys.
We're sad boys. All 2021, eh?
Hey, then we'll just turn into fuck boys. We'll be just like Future, Chris Brown, and we'll be single but have a girlfriend type of stuff.
The Drake stuff,
of course.
Yeah.
No, you bring up a very good point where not just talking with just your female friends is like how to give people advice when like you see that stuff happening and things like that. I would say
what's your advice on that?
One of my toughest things about my job and what I do, because people could come in and be suicidal, or they could do all these different things and threaten. Obviously, if something is imminently going to happen, by the law, I have to break confidentiality and call the police. But like I have to, like, if someone says, or like, oh, I'm gonna stab my wife like right now and leave, and like I'm like, hey, I'm calling. Yeah. And like that's the only way I can break. But like they're talking about speculation, but like I have to really believe like there's something like this happening. But like in like real life and things like that, my mentor has told me before, is like, you literally have done all that you could. Where like you're putting a person in a position to make the best decision for them, and you have to be able to make a decision or say whatever you're going to say, and be able to sleep on that, because at the end of the day, that person made a decision.
Made the decision,
and whatever because we're not wishing, or I don't believe you're wishing, and I'm definitely not wishing negative karma on anyone, but like people make those decisions. Not choosing is still a choice. Yeah. And
the consequences almost.
Exactly. And I think something for you to just take with you, like a nugget, is truly like, don't let someone's situation dampen your bright light. And whatever is in your gut to speak on, if you're to speak on, and feel comfortable saying whatever you feel is necessary. And if they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. Yeah. And I think if you can ask yourself, I can sleep at night because I did the best that I could, or I said what I could, then
be more peaceful. Yeah.
And that kind of quiets the voice down, like, I told you so. Yeah. And it switches, I said the best thing that I could.
Yeah, I did what I could. Okay, I like that. You might be my mentor. Got a new mentor.
Hey. Hey,
But you're saying dating in Portland.
Yes. Yeah. We got maybe like 4 or 5 more minutes. I don't know how much that camera's got on there. But we'll just say this. Yeah. Portland's a whole different beast. For my fellas, for my ladies that are listening, this guy right here, people who are listening can't see him, but this guy right here, Suave. Mr. Suave. He can talk himself into any situation. Let me just say, if he knows what's going down in Portland, he's the best person. So what do you think is wrong with dating in Portland?
Like I said, so I've always had this thing where there's been, and I mean, I should totally get rid of it, but there's been, women that I can hook up with, and I won't ever take them on a date. Like like maybe I meet them out, but it's very strictly, I wouldn't like let them, meet my mom, or it's kind of messed up. And then there's this type of woman that I would take on a date and I would invest in. And there's a lot of consistency in that type of woman, and that woman reflects my mom a lot. You know what I mean? Most of them have a lot of independence. My mom has a PhD in social work. Like there's sometimes a lot of I know when you said social work, I was like, damn, I gotta tell you about her. But so there's like, I'm trying to just have one person. They shouldn't even be, I mean, that's just obviously over the years of all the stuff, that there was that separation. But I'd rather want to just constantly choose someone that is gonna be someone that I would end up, wanting to be with. So dating for me, like, I don't just go on dates with anyone. I'm not gonna invest that time. I think out of maybe like, let's say 25 dates, or 20, like dating 25 people, going on dates, maybe one, maybe more than one. I've dated like 10 of them. So it's almost like a, like every second one, like is, something serious starts from that or whatever. So with regards to the, like in Portland, I've been here for 6 years, I dated for 3 years. And then like I was in a relationship for 3 years, and then yeah, and then I've like dated I think 2 other girls, and then like now I'm in a relationship again. So like that's kind of how it's been, and it's just been that investment of for that person. But other than that, like those, I wasn't really dating anyone. Yeah, not going on dates and stuff, because like the type of person like I want to be with, they come out like you see them twice a year, dude, because they like hibernate throughout the year. They're not out doing all the stuff. They're not out there with me. When you see me out there, they're not there because that's not their type of scene. That's not, yeah. So, so that's always been, like a thing. But I feel like for Black people, Portland rains a lot. I feel like Black people don't really like the rain as much. In Portland, if you want to be great at dating, you got to be adventurous. You got to like the outdoors. You got to be able to risk, dude, I don't wear canvas anymore. Shoes. It's literally leather. Look, I'm in dogs, dude. So like you have to adapt to the environment. Okay. And that way you won't stress out when you're getting rained on and stuff, and it will make it more fun. You have to ignore, because dude, you'll stay indoors. That's why we only see our people in the summertime, because that's when it's like more fun. No, honestly, that's what I feel like it is like. No, unless people that have like learned and adapted to it, you know what I mean? So okay. I think the importance of dating in Portland and things like that, I think the restaurants are there, the food places are there, but it's not your normal idea of a date where it's always going to be eating. People want to go. You see the Hinge bios. I'm sure you've seen that before. No, the Tinder bios. Not that you have any dating apps, or you've never had one. But you see, like everybody is just very adventurous. I'm talking fishing, and these are things that I feel like a lot of us. I mean, snowboarding, things like that. When people see me up in the mountain, they're like, "Dude, what? Like we don't belong up there." But it's just like you have to take advantage of this beautiful place, dude. That's my thoughts on.
No, I feel it. So yeah. So if you're trying to help out a young go-getter,
go-getter,
how does he find someone like that?
What kind of person is he?
Well, he's about like 5'11", 6 foot, black. No, just in general, where it's kind of like, let's just say a regular smegular schmeck who's got an honest, good job, decent, social media following, he's a solid dude, and like, let's just say he's trying to go for that chick that maybe is at 2 wrongs, and like, let's just say she's on the scale of pretty, she's like solid 8.7.5.
Okay. But you probably won't see her out again. One of those.
She's a semi-regular.
Okay.
How does a guy like that get the attention of a chick like that in this city?
So I think the older I've gotten, I don't really like hit on girls anymore. It's literally just a normal conversation from the beginning, and then from there, dude, don't ask any girl for her number. Ask for her Instagram. Don't ask a girl for her number. Ask for her Instagram, because if she has a boyfriend and you ask her for her number, she's going to be like, no, and the rejection's going to hurt, and you're never going to want to do it again, depending on who you are. I'm talking about my old days, but when you ask for Instagram, like, oh, do you have Instagram? I want to follow you, not we should follow each other. I want to follow you. I don't care if you could follow me back or not. So then you get the Instagram. A girl with a boyfriend doesn't mind giving Instagrams. It's not really a thing. You know what I mean? Mm. So then you get the Instagram. And then from the Instagram, you just post your stuff. Depending on your aesthetics on Instagram, she'll see your page. She'll decide to follow back or not. And then you slowly give it a few weeks and see like, okay, is there a guy that pops up? If not, okay, cool. So maybe this goes without you having to ask, are you single? You can start making the assumption. And then you'll comment on a story casually. Still, don't even comment, oh, you're so beautiful. Leave that alone, dude. You'll get there later on. But be like, oh, do you want to do this? Or, oh, I see you like that. Is that the first book you've read? I think that's the best approach. Like,
so you in them DMs?
Not like that, dude. Just
but tastefully.
But tastefully, yes. Respectfully.
Okay.
Where I could be like, oh, our conversation was chill. Look, you know, it's not like it's literally conversation. And I think that can end up, you know, elevating to, I think a lot of time girls just want to be listened to.
Oh, okay.
So you just listen, be there to listen, and consistency and have patience, and you'll be good. But yeah, I feel like a lot of master dating goes on in Portland, which is when you go out by yourself. Like to master dating, it's like masturbating, but going out to eat or going to a movie by yourself.
Okay.
So I think that happens a lot in Portland. I've seen a lot of people go to Starbucks, sit down, read a book. I think in COVID times, not everybody necessarily wants to sit at home, work from home. So they're going to be at coffee shops every now and then. Be that same guy. Take a book that you don't even read, throw it there, sit down, get the spark notes out, and yeah.
So we'll end with this. Because you can help me out. Yeah. So I stopped going in the DMs because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna meet these bitches out in public. Because
wait, are you aggressive in the DMs though?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm tasteful.
Okay.
So, but you know, God has different plans for me. Let's just say that. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you the whole backstory. I want us to feel each other's energy, where it's kind of like we're gonna do some Jedi shit.
Okay.
There's this bomb ass Latina, you know, my type.
You all right?
Followed her.
You follow her.
I follow her. She don't follow me.
She doesn't follow you. Okay.
She doesn't follow me. It's totally fine. I know 2 people that she follows like heavy. Where I'm like, I'm going favor. I actually sent you.
Oh, one of those. Yeah. One of those. I mean that one, not those.
Not that one, but the yes. Do you think? Okay, I had this wild and crazy idea, right? Because I like saying funny shit. It's funny but true. I was working out, and she was like, I ain't got no power.
She said that?
Yeah, she ain't got no power because, you know, all this other shit.
Yeah.
I was like, and this is how fast my mind works. I was like, all right, hey, you know, how do you feel about, you know, I know you ain't got no power. I can feed you and get you some warmth. You know.
How well do you know her though?
I don't know her from Adam.
Yeah, that's.
What do I do? I don't know her from Adam. How do I make it happen? I say what the matchmaker and gut in me says. Don't do it. Hell no. Just when you eventually run into her in public, you eventually run into her in public.
Dude, I think Instagram with stories is the best approach. I wouldn't say, oh yeah, hey, you know, no, because she doesn't know you. It's not. I mean, the world right now is crazy, dude. I think internationally, I mean, there's crazy things that have happened in South Africa, here, everywhere.
It says on the real life hitch.
Huh?
It says on the real life hitch. Hitch ain't killing people.
Exactly, but they don't know that. So if you don't give her enough, even if you guys met once, then that would be okay for you to be like, hey, if you want to do this, you can, you know, whatever. But if you don't know her at all, that's very creepy.
Wow.
That could come across as creepy.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, trust me, I've heard of that I'm creepy from, because I'll go to your page. If I just follow you and you give me Instagram, I'll go through your page because that's what you're displaying to me. And I'll go down and look at photos, and because that's how I want to learn more about you. Go through, and then if I see something, I'll like it. Oh, you were reading a book. But then people are like, oh, you liked a photo from 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, yeah, you put it publicly. Why didn't you delete it then after 2 weeks? No, if it's an issue, why didn't you delete it? Like, it annoys me so much. So I've been told that I'm creepy of that. And that's one thing I've been like, oh, this is annoying that people say that. But I'm still going to continue doing it because it's a public display of your art, or, you know, whatever you want to look at Instagram.
Long story short, I don't care what no one says. I don't care if anyone says. When you go look, and when you're trying to court someone or anything like that, you have to do research.
You have to.
You have to figure out, does this or this work? But that's a conversation for a different day. But
don't go too deep, right?
Exactly.
Just the first 3 rows is fine, and leave it there.
Hey, I'm a mental health detective, so I need all the information. But, you know, it was excellent having you on today. I feel like we got somewhere in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like so many.
And we're going to have more conversations. I'm excited.
Oh, so you trying to come back?
Yeah, I'll be back. I told you when this arm is, because I got it.
Oh.
Gotta do the Chris Brown. Yeah.
And I said, yo.
Yo, hey, I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room.
And I gotta admit that you got my... Oh, goddamn, he's getting X-rated. But I just want to wish you happy healing, positive energy. And yeah, I would definitely... We're going to have you back on because we definitely... And I love when we don't follow my script. Talk about The Bachelor. Talk about a couple other things.
The Bachelor.
Like, I don't watch.
Dude.
So.
We'll talk about that as well on the way home.
This has been Play No Games, and I've been in the cage.
There you go. Play no games. Thank you for having me, my boy.
Get it though. You probably wonder if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. But shit, I think they call them groupies now.